All right, my much delayed diary video. It's okay though. Got everything done today, and tomorrow I can take it easy. Well, easy for my situation anyway. Not completely easy. Still be working, but anyway. Check out the final version of the trailer. World premiere. Don't tell anybody I showed you this. Check this out. Hold on. Hold on. There. Come on, kid. You can do better than that.
I got a couple options for you.
A job well done, if I do say so myself. Some pretty sweet effects in there. My only thought is, I'm not 100% sure if I made it slightly too intense, but I don't think so. I think it works well. All right. Speaking of the showcase, so I sent that trailer over and everything, and I got an email from him actually over the past couple. Oh. Did I get a response from him? I did. I just got a response from him. So he sent a couple emails just updating about the showcase and the event and whatever. So apparently there's two separate things going on here. There's a showcase, which is like a live stream of all these trailers, and that's kicking off an event, which is on Steam. That's like whatever. They have these like Steam pages that are just like events, and it shows a bunch of games, like when they have sales and stuff like that, or festivals. So anyway, apparently there were over 900 games submitted for this, but only 160 selected to participate in the event. So that's pretty cool that I got on into that. And I would assume that the showcase is even less. It's probably only like half of that or something, I would guess. I think like 60 or so. So, yeah, I try not to put too much stake in what anyone else thinks of my work, but still pretty sweet to get some validation like that. So yeah, and it's on September 12th. So actually coming up pretty soon, so I won't have to wait too long to sit on this trailer either, which I'm pretty excited to show off because it's, I think it's pretty sick. So yeah, pretty awesome. And also, I did some work on the game today as well, actually, because, let me show you here. I had to add a couple things today. So Maria, my animator, gave me a new death sprite for when the player gets hit by an arrow. So he has a proper death now. And also one for the archers when you can get them to kill each other. So they also have an arrow stuck in them. So let me, oh yeah, that. And then the last thing I found out was, I was wondering why in the 6th level of the game I've been working on, I was wondering, I felt like the archers in this level were not as dangerous or as hard for some reason as level 5, and then I realized it's because I have two different prefabs for the archer enemies, one for the normal difficulty and one for hard, and I had forgotten to put in the hard mode ones on this level, so it was all on normal, and that's why they were easier than usual. Anyway, so first of all, let's see the player death here. Looks like, I'm holding my phone here, so this might be a little... Wow, bro. Wow. Look at that bug. Shoot. Fucking idiot. There are occasionally a few little bugs like this with the archers still I noticed I have to fix. I think it's like some line of sight check thing. Come on, dude. There you go. Alright. So, yeah, there's a new death spray. You can see it knocks your mask off. It's a pretty cool design she came up with. It knocks your mask off so you can see it flying there. And then he gets an arrow right in, camera's not focusing here, right in the neck. And you can see it there sticking out. Now the only problem with this is it's kind of hard to see that he has an arrow in him, but I don't know, still pretty good. Maybe later if we can adjust it to make it stick out more. And then the other one, oh, hold on. Why is it so blurry now? There you go. The other one, let me see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna try playing with just the mouse. Hold on, I can do this. Okay, one more time and then I'll play normally. Oh, alright. Okay. This is gonna be a rough one. I don't know if I can do this one. Actually, yeah, sure, I can. I don't know the grenade. Okay, hold on. Okay, so as you hopefully saw there, I got this archer to shoot the other archer, and so now you can see I've also got this sprite now with the arrow sticking out of him. So yeah, a little work on the game today too. Gotta fix up those archers though. So only level 7, which is somewhat of a unique level. Level 7 and level 8 left to do, and level 8 is the last level before the boss fight in level 9. So I'm getting there. Hopefully I should have no problem doing that over the next 2-3 weeks. Now that this trailer is done and that I sent it in, no more deadlines for another couple months. The Latin America Indie Awards is another showcase I'm in, but that isn't until November. So tomorrow, I'm gonna take it a little easy and work mainly on the promotional campaign. I'm gonna write 1 or 2 more scripts, and then probably at nighttime, maybe a little during the day as well, I'm finally going to start producing those videos so that hopefully, I think I can start my new promotional campaign this Sunday, Monday. Make those new shorts, make a template for it, hopefully have like 3 or 4 of them maybe even done by this weekend, and also just a standard one to show off the 2 new levels and archers stuff that I've made, because I didn't really make any videos about that yet either. And then I'm also going to figure out how I'm going to write the script and how I'm going to do the long form YouTube videos from now on as well. I have a vision for it, but I feel like similar to the short form versions that I had to work so much on to figure out exactly how it was going to work, I'm going to have to think a lot about how I'm going to do the long form ones as well, because that's going to be tricky. How I'm going to tie the development and state of the game with my philosophical bend. But we'll see. I'm excited for the challenge. I don't think I have anything else to say, to mention. I was a little disappointed that I didn't end up going out last night. I was too tired. I just went straight to bed. I'm gonna go to bed now too, but I was a little disappointed yesterday and today just because it was a very beautiful day outside. And so I had planned on going out there and doing my usual thing, but I just so badly wanted to get this trailer done. And well, I'm happy with what I got done, but summertime is limited, you know? Does it count as summertime anymore? I don't know. I don't know what the exact date when fall begins is, but I assume it's very, very soon. But September and October here in Montreal, at least for the few years I've been living here, are also very, very nice. I think fall might be my favorite time here, actually. So I will be sure to spend plenty of time outside over the next couple of months and make good use of that now that I think I'm under less pressure. Less pressure and also feeling good and have a good routine going and everything, so should be pretty sweet. I feel like I might be missing one other thing I wanted to mention, but I can't think of what it is right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Oh, right. I just remembered the one thing I was going to mention. I had a random idea for a game pop into my head today, too, that I thought was really funny. I'm not going to spoil too much of it because I actually think it's a pretty damn good idea. It would require some very careful execution, but basically I had this idea of a Vampire Survivors style roguelike game, but completely reversed. So you start off as ultra godlike powerful, and then instead of unlocking upgrades, you unlock debuffs. And the debuffs are things like whatever, like your controls get reversed every 3 seconds, or like or you get stunned randomly, or just like all this shit that makes the game frustrating, and then all the effects start to stack as you go along, and the goal is to try to survive as long as you can while stacking up as many like debuffs and shit that makes the game frustrating and harder to play. I have a whole like context for it narratively that would make it really, really funny, but yeah, I don't want to say too much more about it. I'll probably never really get around to making it, but man, it's one of those things where it's like, this is the kind of thing, like a short little 1-hour game like that, this like satirical parody type of game I would love to make in my spare time, but I don't even have spare time anymore nowadays. I actually remember trying once really early on when I first started working on Six Samurai. There was a video I made where I mentioned I'm gonna make 2 games at the same time, and I had this whole idea for this second game I was gonna make. I gave up within like 3 days when I realized, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to make the Samurai game with what little time I have. There's no way I could work on a second game at the same time. I have to use every minute I have if I want to get this done in a reasonable amount of time and within budget. So no idea if I'll ever make that, but hey, who knows? Maybe if Samurai ends up being successful enough and then I want to take a short break after, I'll spend just like a few months making this funny comedy little game, sell it for like $1 or something after. Maybe that'll become my thing. That'll be like my B-sides in between the bigger games that I do. I don't know. But not to think too far ahead. I've still got probably about a year of hardcore development on this game to go. Got a promotional campaign to run. Got to finish up this act. And everything else, so. And I will say this. As is tradition, and as I've said in a million of these diary videos, in which you're going to hear me say a million times more, quite possibly, I need to work on my sleep schedule. And I need to work on not looking at shit on social media. That I have failed at that miserably, I'm not going to lie, the last few days. I don't know what happened, but I completely broke that pattern. And the two are very closely tied together. It's one of those things I mentioned before where once I get into something, I get really sucked into it and it's hard for me to break it. And that's all that's ruining it. I get sucked into reading stupid random crap, and then whatever. Next thing I know, it's a ton of time has gone by and my mood isn't as good. So, okay. Tomorrow, since it's not going to be as rigid of a day, as pressured, I have no deadline to meet or anything like that. Tomorrow, early bed, no social media. You heard it here first, folks. All right. Peace.